Well, good morning. It's a Friday morning. Getting ready to, got some tools lined up, getting ready to go on an adventure. Yesterday I filled up this 30-gallon propane tank, and so we're running the generator on propane. It's pretty quiet on propane, especially I've bought two, I think it's 10 gauge extension cords, because you're supposed to have the generator not within 20 feet of a building, so I got some 25-foot cords. We're charging the big battery bank that's in this tote that has an inverter. That's what charges pretty much everything in the camper. And this other one, I got another battery bank in the master bedroom there, so that one's charging that one. It's not nearly as big. But we're getting ready to head out on a boat. This is a new addition from yesterday. Got an American flag to hang there. My bird feeder was hanging there. I bought a hummingbird feeder, but I put it up here in the tree because I saw a hummingbird the other day, and then once I hung this, I saw another hummingbird, but it didn't go to my feeder, so maybe I should have splurged and got the one with the bright flowers. My tarp came down, these two corners ripped out. That corner ripped out, so I put a rock in it and then tied the rope around the tarp. I'm going to have to do the same thing on these, but that gives me a dry working area for projects and stuff. Today's project, we're going to grab our voltmeter, phone, and we got the tote down on the boat ready to go. This hammock, I was laying in it a couple days ago and my knot came undone as I was rocking. It was too close to the edge and it came undone and plopped me right on the ground. It did not feel good. So I redid the rope structure and tied a much better knot, so that shouldn't happen again. About 2 days ago I posted a video about it. We got the floating dock hauled out to the middle of the lake. You can see it out there. We're gonna float by it. But yesterday I made some improvements. I brought an umbrella out there. One of the totes was cracked, so I had to replace that. And I brought a chair, and Menards had 6-foot by 8-foot green fake grass on sale for 20 bucks. I was like, yeah, that's worth it. So once we go by that, I will show you more on that. In here, this is our project. We got the voltmeter. This came in the mail yesterday. This is a big 3,000 watt or 3 kilowatt pump, and once we get there I'll show you more. But finding all this tubing, I have to go from a 3-inch to a 1.5 inch, which is the intake on this pump. That took a lot of fittings and a lot of time at the local plumbing store, so we'll go over those more once we get over there. But for now, we're just gonna load up in the boat. Oh, I got an actual boat plug now. I was using rolled up cardboard before, but now I have a real boat plug. So we just put it in like that. And we're good. Alright, I'm going to stop the video. We'll record more once we get out towards the floating dock there. Alright, we're approaching the floating dock here. You can see the grass is there. Added a ladder. So there's a ladder that's 4 feet long. It goes down into the water. It has 4 rungs, so that's to help get on the platform if you jump off and go for a swim. In that corner you see a little fishing pole holder. I've got those holes drilled in all 4 corners, so I need to bring a couple more holders maybe. But right over there is the catfish nest, kind of where there's that little inlet. When they built this lake, they dumped a whole bunch of cement pipes, and that's the catfish nest. So I will be able to cast from the dock to the catfish nest. So maybe we'll do that later today. But for now, here's the dam. We're going over here to the spillway, and then we're going to walk behind and lug this stuff down to the backside of the dam. Alright, we made it to the spillway and got the boat dragged up on shore. That's what the floating dock looks like from this side, so it's pretty evenly spaced in the middle of the lake. But we're going to walk through the woods down the spillway to the back where the drain is. Well, we got our water hose hooked up to what was supposed to be a 3-inch valve, or a 3-inch pipe. It is not 3-inch. I think it's 2.5 inch. But we got it hooked up to this water pump here, and it's spinning an alternator. So now I have to test these leads and see if it's actually generating any volts or not. So we're going to do that now. Alright, we are generating voltage across these leads, about 65 apiece. I don't know how, let me try. Oh, we're slowing down for some reason, but there's volts there. I don't know why we're slowing down. I gotta see if we're clogged somewhere. But it's working. Well, the reason we slowed down and stopped eventually is this just couldn't get tight enough and it came off with the pressure. So I have to get another one of these instead of 3-inch to 2-inch, probably 2.5 to 2 if they have them. But other than that, I'm actually surprised there was enough water pressure to turn that, and it is generating voltage, so that is a good note. But it's back to the hardware store. Been there a lot lately. But I think that's about all we'll do for today on this generator, and I'll probably go into town tomorrow, but I don't plan to go into town today, so I do have some other projects to work on today. So hike back up to the boat, carry our stuff, and row back. Well, we made it back. I was able to use that same 3-inch to 2-inch coupler. All I did was take some inner tube and wrap a few wraps around the pipe and then tighten that clamp down really good. So everything up to here is good. The pump was spinning, but then the JB Weld glue that's in here that I glued this pipe together with came apart. So I think I need to get a barb and a hose clamp, a 1.5 inch female thread PVC to a 1.5 inch barb male, and a hose clamp, and I think I can fix that. And then hopefully we're back in business. The alternator is not supposed to get wet, so I brought this tote to cover it with. Those are my scissors for cutting an inner tube. And this made my life so much easier. Earlier when I was here, it took me like an hour sitting in this puddle trying to use a flathead screwdriver in the water that I couldn't see in order to tighten those hose clamps. But I got the right tool for the job this time, and that made it so much easier. But more progress, but not done yet, so more parts needed. Duke's over here just taking a nap. It's nice and cool in the shade. But that's it for now. The water is nice and cold today. If you look over here very closely, you see poor Duke. He's afraid of the water, so he is over there. He would rather be out here on the dock. Wish I had brought my fishing pole. I just got done doing some work on the electric pump over there. But yeah, that's about it. Checking on the turkey vultures. There's the baby. They make weird sounds.